Literally the moment I hit record.
You could put the laptop maybe on this chair and like next to you.
Good
I don't know
call.
if you need it during it.
I'm just all
You're you're a little mess.
I'm gonna let you narrate what's going on here.
Okay, so here we go. So JP's now walking over.
Let's see.
Get your together, Abe.
I need to. Oh my god.
Jip. Because it sounds like jit, you know, like we coolin' jit. Like all those Tom Brady memes. It was like now that Tom Brady went to Florida to Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady, South Florida, Tampa
Coolin'
Tom. Tampa Tom reporting live. Just like that.
Just like
Finally,
that. Ooh, you sounding crisp.
I'm sounding crisp.
Good.
Crisp, clean, cool, calm,
So fresh and
collected.
so clean.
So what we're calling this show, okay, actually someone is still DMing me right now.
Ooh,
who? Not even like that. One of my favorite bands since freshman year of college is coming to Nashville.
What band?
And they're called Night Moves.
Okay. Little Bob Seger action.
Well, they don't even have any songs that sound like Bob Seger. It's all
Okay.
kind of like 70s Americana.
Yeah.
Sounding, what is this? Another set of headphones.
Can never have too many.
I kind of dig the living room setup.
Me too.
If I
I'm
had,
comfy.
like,
I'm chilling.
If I had like a legit desk, this would be perfect.
Is this your first one?
This is technically
with a
episode
guest.
2.
Episode 2.
My
Who'd you have
first
the first
one
one?
was last week with Mr. Will Roots. Mr.
Nice.
Roots Man.
Yes.
I was listening to his little brother's radio show, which used to be his brother's. Thomas is the current host with one of his roommates, and then Mr. William or Will. I don't know why I keep calling him. I call a lot of people Mr. sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Mr. Sir.
If they want to prefix.
I'm like running out of breath too.
You want to take 5? You were just moving around a lot.
Yeah, but I'm cool, calm, collected now. But I was listening to that show before I started doing this. And, you know, the reason why I wanted to start doing a show is because that was my jam in college. It was my favorite thing to do. It was why Wednesday was my favorite day of the week. Monday was a great day because we would do the Tequila Monday at that. Well, you weren't there when they had tequila. It was Zoe's Kitchen when you were there. But we turned it, it was Moe's Monday, and Moe's had those, like, dollar beers, 50-cent wings that turned into 75. Thank you, COVID and supply chain issues, whatever. And once the Bushwhackers got rolling on Monday nights, Moe's Monday died because it just didn't work out for us with the mimosas.
Right.
Not mimosas. Did I say Bushwhackers or mimosas?
You said Bushwhackers at first.
Okay, I'm thinking about the mimosas right now. And then we started going to tequila once it opened up, and so it just became a thing where after WeGo meetings on Mondays, we would go to tequila. We would hang out. It would be a good time, and we used to take pictures like in front of the wall at tequila every day.
Where is tequila?
It's where Zoe's Kitchen was. Witch. You remember Witch in Auburn?
Yeah.
Right there.
Nice.
And they have
Is it just like a Mexican place?
I don't know I don't really know who the owner was. Well, if I could point out who he was if I went into the restaurant.
Yeah.
But he like knew who he works. So we'd go every Monday, and they have them everywhere in Nashville. Those vine walls with like a word on it.
Oh yeah.
So the sign is like a neon sign. This is Tequila Lover, and we all every week. Sometimes we'd have a group that was so big that you would see like the drink machine in the background, as well as the wall. Like we would post up. We would always do like straight face. Like, I mean, you can't really see that on a podcast.
No, but it's a real straight face.
Yeah. Also, I have this thing right behind me.
Oh, the new camera.
Yeah, isn't this thing tight?
That's so tight.
It looks super retro. I was actually.
Let me look.
Yeah, you're welcome to take a
Take a
look
gander.
at it.
Just break it.
I was at the just immediately
Smash
break
it on the floor.
I was at the Percy
God.
Priest Park last week, and this guy says, "Man, I haven't seen a real camera in years." I was like, "I mean, it's a real camera, but it looks like a film camera. If you look
Right. Yeah, it does. Is that what he meant?
It looks like film. Yeah, I believe that's what he meant.
He just
And
arose from the floor and he was like, "I never seen a camera like that in years,
man,
boy.
I ain't seen something like this since I was your age."
Just a little lad.
A wee lad.
A wee lad.
What was that? It was a TikTok trend like a year or two ago. A little lad.
Yes,
something.
yeah.
I don't
The
know
berries
why
and
I
cream
know
guy.
That. Yep.
That was huge. Swept the nation. Even.
I remember when I first started getting the idea to do this, I was like, oh, I'm going to start a TikTok and I'm going to do all that. And then I'm going to turn into the conspiracy guy here. I heard about what the terms and conditions are on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of extra information that I don't feel like just throwing out.
Like if you start to create like your own.
Just having
or
it.
just even having
like
it.
when you sign up, like, you know, there's privacy policy and the terms and conditions. Well, the terms and conditions basically say like location, your entire camera roll, your contacts list. And I'm like, oh, so I'm giving all this information away.
So you don't have a TikTok at all?
No, I deleted it.
No, I
literally
think that's smart. I genuinely think that's smart. I'm not like clowning you. I think it's intelligent to do that.
I had one
I just have an addiction.
for a few days. No, I get it.
And that's what they do. They know. That's why all the other platforms are doing it. You know, like on Twitter, you can just scroll forever now, and same with Instagram. You know.
I heard the best person describe it as doom scrolling.
Yes, that's what it feels like, especially if you've been on it too long. Like, the fact that they have to be like, "Oh, you're scrolling too much. Like, don't you need to go to bed?" Like, that's
that's
terrible.
a thing now.
They'll
do that?
videos, yeah. Like if you've been scrolling for a while, there'll be like an ad kind of thing, and it'll pop up and be like, "This." I don't know if this guy is on there anyway, but it'll pop up and be like, "Oh, you've been scrolling too long." I mean, but you can scroll past him still.
Is it like Clippy?
It's what?
Do you remember Clippy
No.
from Microsoft?
Oh, right. Yes, it's like little Clippy, but it's real humans. That would help me more go to sleep if it was like a little Clippy saying,
shoot,
"Get the
Clippy
fuck
would
off
give me didn't give me a nightmare. Clippy showed up, get the hell off TikTok right now.
Demon Clippy. Demon Hours featuring Clippy.
Good old Clippy.
Anyway.
Let me pull up. Okay. Oh, I never even got to my point about the Night Moves concert that's going on.
Right.
We started talking about Bob Seger. So they're going
Sorry.
to Dark Matter. I haven't been to that venue before. I've heard I could tell by the look on your face. I've heard it's like a small venue. It's kind of a sketchy venue.
It just feels like you're in a high school cafeteria.
Interesting.
And I saw, what my old job, we, like one of the last things I did actually was one of our artists performed there, and it was like on a lineup. So there was 4, I think. They do kind of like pop nights there, but it doesn't have to be pop. For example, this metal band came, and just imagine like a metal band performing at your homecoming dance. Like that's what it felt like. It's like a small like it feels like a cafeteria, and then there's like it's not even a stage really. Like it's just like a step up.
Are you talking like one stair like that one over there, or is it like
no
2
joke,
or?
one stair. Like I would say it's one stair, and then it is like a stage size ish. It's small, but it's fun. It's kind of it's definitely has character.
I've never been to the venue, so I based on what people have told me, I kind of have a negative impression. I have like a negative impression of almost anything before I try it though. I was explaining to someone was asking me I don't want to throw them under the bus at all, but
do it. Name drop. Do it.
Yo, so this
do it.
Nah. Do it. Do it right.
Do it.
Do the.
Anyway, sorry. No name
But
drop.
whenever I meet a new person, it's like I don't know if you've ever played 2K, but when you start or whenever you're like playing as your player, it starts off as like a C- rating.
Right. Okay.
And people go up and down from there,
like
based on their actions and things like that. So everyone kind of starts right there at that C for me, unless it's something that's been talked up a big time, like Carnegie Hall. For me, I'm imagining A+.
Right.
The Ryman, I was thinking A+. Which it is.
What do you think? I was about to say, what is your opinion now?
Oh no, I love the Ryman. I wouldn't. I actually, I won't say A+ because I don't know. I'm never 10 out of 10. I've never given anything a 10 out of 10 in my life.
I literally hate everything. So
I will say.
I know what you mean, though.
I will say like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10, bro. I'd recommend it 100%. And then I think about it too hard. I'm like, I can find an error with that because I'm extremely critical about literally everything. I think it all started with my golf swing because there's so many minimal things that happen in that, and that's been a part of my life since I was a kid. I got to pull up my list of things. I still didn't even finish what I was trying to say about why someone's DMing me about it. Dark Matter, the venues must be pretty small. Tiny venue. Bigger than the basement?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Smaller than Basement East, I'm assuming?
Smaller than Basement East, yes. I'm trying to think with basement.
The basement is like literally the size of this room.
Right. I was about to say the basement is just, and it's also set up kind of way different. I would say it's bigger than the basement.
Okay.
Yes. Like square footage wise. And it's also because there's not like any poles really. I'm telling you, it literally feels like you're in a cafeteria. And they have this like little concession stand thing. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it feels like high school.
Skittles?
Yes, you can buy. There's like a popcorn machine. Like, no, it feels like a high school. I'm serious.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's kind of an intro. It just like doesn't really feel like a venue, if that makes sense, like at all. But it'll be cool to see someone that you really like especially like a smaller venue there.
Yes. So the concert sold out, and
right?
I'm trying to get tickets. Like,
oh, you haven't gotten tickets.
Exactly.
That's
why someone to my DMs. Correct.
Ah, man, thought it was a thoughty.
And it is.
You're like, I wish. I mean, shit.
No, I love to just talk about internet scams, and yet I got scammed on my first try trying to do it.
No.
I'm like,
about
damn
this
it.
show? Or was it
Yes.
a different?
And
what
I'm
happened?
pissed.
Explain.
I thought it was legit, and I don't know.
Like
it's just me being stupid, and whenever I see that like one of my favorite band's concerts is sold out, and I literally commented like, please come to Nashville, like on multiple posts before they announced they were coming to Nashville. I'm like, oh my God, they're coming to Nashville. And then I was like, all right, I'll wait until my paycheck hits so I can buy the tickets. I could have bought the tickets, but I'm trying to express some discipline in myself.
Well, how much? They couldn't be that much.
They were like $20.
Yeah, what do you mean discipline? You could spend $20 on a concert that you love.
It was a principle, but I learned that was a mistake of a play there because I lost more money than that trying to. It wasn't a whole lot on resale, but it's still. So this is my attempt number 2, and I haven't paid them yet. They have like my email and all that,
and your account number and your routing number.
Yeah, my social security number, which is actually 6. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, like I'm announcing it live right now.
Yeah, just drop my social security number on here. But
yeah, it's chill.
This one seems a lot more legit than the last one. I'm just so pissed about that. That's something
that would really make me sad.
One of my biggest pet peeves, and I definitely want to talk about pet peeves, is bad investments. No matter what it could be, like money, time, something you eat. Like it's more money and time. Because if I go to a restaurant and I try something new, I don't like trying something new already. But if I try something new and I don't like it, to me, that's a bad investment of my time and money and my taste buds. I'm like, now I don't ever want to come back here again. And I know that they probably have other good things, but it's just that first impression of getting something you don't like.
I do understand what you mean, but that's like, how are you gonna experience anything new if you don't ever try?
That's true. Yeah. So I'm trying to get better about it, especially by going to a new venue. I need to go to the new parks not new parks. I need to find a new park for myself because I've been to Two Rivers, Percy Warner, Radnor Lake, Shelby Park. I think is what I'm going to go to tomorrow.
Yeah. What's been your fave so far?
Radnor Lake.
It's the best.
Percy Warner's got those stairs though.
Yeah, I was about to say Percy Warner's
I can't wait to take that thing.
Yeah, I was about to say it's really beautiful though. Like I like, and Edwin Warner is connected. I think they're both like all connected. Like that's over where I am, and it's like a nice little daytime activity. Hike around.
And I've got tomorrow off. So right now, this is my Saturday. To put it into perspective for whatever the audience is, whatever audience is going to end up listening to something
whoever
like this.
is listening, please, out there.
I completely lost
Your
my
Saturday.
thought. My Saturday.
Paint the
so
picture
tomorrow's
for the audience.
paint the picture. Today's date is Tuesday, January
17th,
2027. What am I talking about? The 17th. I'm thinking about that concert being on the 28th. So the concert's on the 28th. So I'm trying to get the tickets sold out like the beginning of January. I was like, what? They had just announced the tour. I don't even know why these people have fans in Nashville. I sound like I'm hating on
Where
the
are
band.
they from?
Minnesota.
Oh.
And
how did you discover them?
I had a friend of mine. I hate giving someone else credit for showing me a song.
Right, I know.
But literally,
keep it under wraps.
I had a friend of mine show me a song by this band. I don't even think he showed it to me directly. I don't remember if I was listening to one of his playlists. I remember I was on the Haley Concourse in Auburn, riding my skateboard home from like the radio station.
Hell
and
yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is a great song. The song is called Colored Emotions. It's just a great tune. I think that's the name of the EP that it was on, released back in the early 2010s. And
oh, wow.
I got like a t-shirt from the band. They sent me like a postcard. I'm probably going to get a poster.
Damn. You need to hit them up for tickets then.
Well,
send a screenshot from back in the day, and be like, I am your number one fan.
For real,
but
I used to play
not number one
music.
enough to get tickets to your show. That.
Oh no, I don't want to hate on them too much because they're great. But I mean, I used to play their music on my show on Weagle, like.
Oh,
so
nice.
it goes. There's layers to this.
Right, you single-handedly brought their southern audience in.
In Auburn,
maybe.
I guess.
I'm about to say, who's to tell?
Ain't no telling.
Weagle reach so many horizons.
For real. No, I mean, I'm listening to it all the way up in Nashville. They got that jazz block though.
Ooh.
That jazz block is what's up. Let me look them up on Spotify right now. Night Moves. So they're verified. 297,000 monthly listeners, but they have I think 10,000 followers, 11,000 on Instagram.
Oh wow.
So they're not big on social media, but like some of their songs have just been bangers. Like their top 5 all have over multiple million listens.
Dang. Okay.
And I think the one that has the most is that Colored Emotions song. So I like don't really remember. It's
I will.
great for
real. I'm
real.
excited. 70s Americana. I'm in.
Yeah, it's It sounds so good. And it was released in 2012. So it's over 11 years old now.
Wow.
Well, it'll be 11 this year. But let me see. Okay, I'm looking at things that I did want to talk about. We'll just go straight into the pet peeves thing with bad investments.
Like, now I'm just annoyed, so I'm ready. I'm ready to talk shit.
No, well, another reason why I got into doing this, wanted to get back into doing it, is because when I drive is when I get my most animated, is what my buddy Kurt told me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that to me, or are you saying people in general?
But I don't think I've been in the car with you enough to really, but I don't know, when we went to Steely Dan, I would say that you like kept chatting. You were on a roll.
That's when I'm ready to run, is when I'm on the road.
Well, we should then that's why you want to take this on the road.
Yeah, and I've started recording. I do voice memos in my car when I'm driving.
That's
and
smart.
I have like a tiny mic, like, you know, the huge trend of like the tiny microphones. I literally have one sitting in my room that I want to set up in my car, so I'm not just like yelling into my phone, so it looks like I'm on the phone.
That's smart. Just put a little tiny.
Once I set it up, because the format for the show is going to be conversations like this, music that I've recorded with my stuff, or just archive stuff from my old show, influences, because Anchor, do you know what Anchor is?
Mm-mm.
It's one of Spotify's platforms that you can create a podcast on. I'm recording this on Audacity right now, so it's just like a free bare bones kind of audio workstation, I think is what they're called. So I'm recording that on here. I will eventually want to move it over to Anchor, because they have the thing called the Spotify Music Plus Talk feature, where you can talk about a song. Like, do you know what the Dissect podcast is?
Yeah. That's what I like. I listen to that often.
Yes.
It's so good.
It's a great podcast.
Because the first one I saw was like the making of Because of the Internet. And I was like, what is this podcast?
It's what's up. That one's great. The first one I listened to is Frank Ocean, the Orange album, the Channel Orange.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. See, that's how much I've fallen off as a Frank Ocean fan.
No, it's okay. I used to call it Chanel Orange.
Chanel.
I didn't know it was Channel. And then, I don't, because I was more of a fan then, I would say. And then, even with Blonde, obviously, duh. But, like.
Great album.
I don't know. I think it's hard when, he just hasn't. But, all the hype around Coachella. And there's hype around new music.
Yeah.
There's some people. All the Frank stans are really thinking it's gonna happen. So.
I hope that he's gonna release new music before Coachella. You're saying?
Yeah.
Either way, it's gonna be an incredible set. I have a friend of mine who's lobbying for me to go to Coachella with him.
I don't know if I could do it.
I think I'm gonna do Bonnaroo this year.
Oh, are you? Okay, I thought about it. I've never done it, but you have.
No, I've not.
Oh, you haven't?
I have not Bonnaroo'd.
Maybe we could both.
I'm super down.
Bonnaroo virginity. I'm not, but you're a camper. I've never I've camped once in my life, and I did hate it, but it was because it was really cold in Colorado in like March.
Yes.
But I think I'm just like a little nervous about the camping part, but.
I'm a little nervous about it, but I've camped a handful of times now.
You went to like Alaska. You got it.
We camped up there. That was pretty crazy. That was a good time. First time I ever did it was Max Patch in North Carolina. Have you been there before?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's like a bald on the Tennessee North Carolina border where you get a 360 view of the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh my god.
It's sick. Like
beautiful.
I have a really good picture of the sunset going down with our tents in the background. Ooh. It was like my phone background for a while, and it was cool, but you can't camp there anymore because of people like us. We didn't actually litter, but we didn't litter. You know what I mean, though. It's like it's a place that people have been camping forever, and the land's just kind of it's taken a beating from all the people that have camped up there.
Yeah.
And I'm a big person for the leave no trace thing, but it's hard not to leave some kind of trace, like if you have a campfire. And we made sure if we did have a campfire, even though it got rained out really quickly, we had one where one was previously. So we didn't just destroy like an entire space of grass, because it's all like the tall grass, like that grassy knoll type of grass.
Yeah.
So we just found a place where someone had previously camped, set up our stuff, probably like 100 yards off the trail. And I think it's part of the Appalachian Trail. It's right next to it. So I think you can walk through it while you're on the AT. And that was a good time. But we got rained on within like a half hour of getting our tents set up, which was great. And some of my friends that were there, their tents, rain tarp was set on the wrong way. Oh. So we were all in corners of the tent, all getting rained on because it was set up improperly. And that was my first camping experience.
It could all go up from there.
Basically. And then it did go up from there when we went to Alaska. Well, it had to go down before it could go up.
Why is that?
My first night camping in Alaska, it rained the whole day. So we flew in and we had 2 days in an Airbnb. That's a super long story that I'll have to tell when I'm going back home in a few weeks to me and my buddy Reagan. I think are gonna tell the whole story.
Oh, you should. Yes.
But on
So
our
tune into
first
that.
night camping, tune in. Make sure to
Shameless
tune in
plug.
for I haven't even said the name of the show yet.
Oh, right. We have
We're
no
calling it
introduction. We did not do anything.
QLC Quarter Life Crisis. That's what I'm.
I like
That's what I'm
it.
stuck on. I didn't even
You're
come
not
up
even
with
at
it.
quarter life, though. Well, maybe.
Well, that's kind of
Depends.
probably
Dark.
considering.
Consider
I don't know.
the following.
I just think that's a great kind of way to describe what this is because it's a couple people who the rest of the world didn't ask for our opinions, but we have things to talk about. So what do? Start a podcast.
Agreed, like everyone else.
And when we're at your quarter life, you really haven't made that much money yet to buy a Ferrari or whatever you buy at your midlife crisis. So I just spent the money I could get to put all this stuff together.
And listen to myself talk.
QLC, yes. Literally listening to myself talk by having these headphones on right now. But the headphones sound so
you
sick.
you should keep it on. It's okay.
And they look
Or
super professional.
Yeah, they look really cool. So.
They look tight. I'm not
It's
going
an
to lie.
added bonus.
It is. Hold on. I'm going to have to set this
Ooh,
up.
he balancing.
I got the cookout knees. That boy got the cookout knees. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I
Cookout
have.
knees?
That's why I'm chuckling.
That boy got the cookout knees. Okay, well,
You are
pet
a meme
peeves.
lord.
I don't even want to get into something that's like pissing me off because that's
Why your pet peeves?
huh? I mean, I know it will. That's the only thing I can think of is really just the bad investments. There's always more of them that'll always just kind of get under my skin.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you tell someone to stop doing something and then they like jokingly keep doing it just to like piss you off. Like I had some the other day where there was a button I had to press. And someone was like, all right, I'll do it. And then they just walk up to the button and just stare at me like this.
No.
And they haven't done it yet. I'm like, oh.
You're like
does it.
hilarious. Real funny guy over here.
It's a really funny guy. No, it wasn't even. I'm over it in like 2 seconds. But in that moment, I'm like.
Yeah. I got to take a lap. Got to punch a wall
And
first.
you can take a lap at a building like that. We got a big old building to
Where
do.
Japes works.
Yeah, the Jip Man.
Legit man.
Oh,
QLC host.
okay. I was thinking like people that are actually cool. This is literally something I wrote down. Talk about people that are actually cool. And
What
by
do you
that
mean?
I mean if you cut someone off in traffic, are they cool enough that they're not gonna freak out? Like I feel like if I cut off Brad Pitt, he's gonna be just like he just won't be bothered.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Only two I could think of that I wrote down was he and Donald Glover, just
Ooh.
unbothered by something
True,
like that.
true. I could see, and that, yeah, I could definitely see that. Let's see. Let me try to think of other people. I feel like Keanu Reeves, I think would be cool.
Yeah.
He would be like, okay.
I could see him getting somewhat animated, but then just smiling like
Yeah, he'd just
giving
be like,
you a
all right,
thumbs up.
man. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves would totally give you a thumbs up if you cut him off in traffic. Maybe after a second. I think Brad Pitt would probably handle it the best.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like he's pretty like cool-headed.
I think I know who would handle it the worst though.
Who?
Tobey Maguire.
I definitely would not be happy.
I would love to see that happen. No, I like Tobey Maguire. Did you see Babylon?
I did see Babylon, and I didn't like Babylon.
I'm gonna have to agree.
It was very like it was too long. Like
Yeah.
just baseline
Far
too long.
too long.
Too much? Question mark? Like there was just too much shock value for no reason.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with shock value if there's like a purpose, but a lot of it like just right off the gate just to shock, you know? But like you have really good actors in it and like a cool-ish story. Like it could have been, I just feel like it could have been done better and they just had so much potential and money. They had all the things they could have done and it just made it like really niche and like shock value. It just was too much. I just felt like I had to look away a lot of it. I was like, oh, I can't. I literally like when Tobey Maguire leads them, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I
into
cannot watch this.
The depths of
What
California.
even whatever
hell.
it is, like the black market in real life in the 20s, I guess.
I
Like
don't
I
know
couldn't do
what
it.
that whole thing was.
Right. I was just like, there's no point. It's not adding any plot. Like that whole from there to the like end of the movie like could have been cut out to me.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. What did you like? You concur?
Fully. I saw it on Christmas Day with my parents.
Ooh.
Bad crowd.
Pain. That's like
And-
when I watched Boogie Nights with my family. None of us knew.
I haven't
I
seen
was
Boogie
like,
Nights
you haven't
yet.
seen it?
No,
Oh,
I need to
it's
watch
great.
it.
It is good, but I wouldn't recommend like mom and dad in tow. You know?
Definitely not.
Yeah, we were all just kind of like in silence, and my dad was like, "Good movie, good movie."
Good movie.
Because it is a good movie, but you know.
No, I can understand.
Same with Babylon. I wouldn't want to watch that with my parents.
Have you seen? Do you know what Amsterdam is? The other movie?
Yes, but I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same thing.
Because Margot Robbie's in that one too, isn't
Yeah,
she?
Margot Robbie, and there's like
Hollywood
this is gonna
cannot get
sound
enough of
bad
her.
when I say it's a discount Brad Pitt, but it's like another guy like that. And then they have, instead of having the, okay, I'm gonna totally get thrown under the bus for getting this guy's ethnicity wrong. The guy
cancel.
He's Spanish in the Amsterdam in the Babylon movie, but they got
Diego?
they got John David Washington for Amsterdam, and I'm a big fan of John David, so I'm excited to see that one. At
Christian
some
Bale's
point.
in it.
Christian
in,
Bale. Did I just call
Amsterdam?
I did not just call Christian
You
Bale.
did. The American Psycho.
Oh my God.
Batman.
There is an
You just called
idea.
Batman. Off-brand Brad Pitt.
Oh my God. I know Christian Bale would never hear this, but I didn't mean
Taylor-Joy
it.
is in it.
She is?
Mm-hmm. Robert De Niro. Dang, they got a lot of people. Was that not good? Did you see that one?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I haven't seen it
I'm
either.
excited to watch it at some point, but I needed to just shy away from that 1920s, 1930s style movie for a while after watching Babylon, because that movie it wasn't badly done. I really like the very, very end when he's sitting in the movie theater like 10 years
too.
later,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they show a clip from Avatar. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
that was really a cool way to end it. And I think Damien Chazelle does a great job ending movies like that. Like
Agreed.
With Whiplash, the ending of Whiplash,
Incredible.
and the epilogue
La La
scene.
Land.
Oh, yes.
Like, come on. I do love him. That's why I wanted to see Babylon. Because I like, and it did still feel like one of his movies, but I just think a lot of it was just very. My boss actually said it the best way. Like, it's just very LA. That's what it feels. It's just super LA influenced and just being like, yeah, let's just like see what shocks people.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I've never been that close to walking out of a movie theater in my life.
Right, because it was also endless. Like, if I feel like if it wasn't that long, I wouldn't be as hard on it. But it is too long. It just it drags on. It's not like there's nothing more, and I don't know.
The Safdie brothers have created a monster of anxiety-inducing movies, and they made great movies. You know what I'm talking about? Uncut Gems and Good Time.
Yes. I actually haven't seen Good Time, but I've heard great things, and I love Arpat, of course.
He is one of the best.
He is. No,
he
he's
has
great.
become one of my favorites. I never even watched the Twilight movies, but I think
It's a shame, like, what Twilight kind of not did to him, but he's just so not like that. Like, if you watch any of his other movies, you're like, oh wow, like and even in Twilight, he is. And trust me, I do like Twilight, but he just like is great. Am I too loud?
First thing I saw him in was probably Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, true.
He was,
I actually, fun fact, I was not allowed to watch Harry Potter growing up.
I've heard that from a lot of people lately. And so it's people that are older than me, I'm finding. Because my brother, I don't think, was allowed to read it at first. And then my parents heard from someone else, like, it's really not that bad. Sure, it's witchcraft and all that, but it's a book.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I never read or saw that, though. Like, I've seen a few Harry Potter, like, clips and stuff. I think I've seen the last one even now. But I had to, like, sneak watch Wizards of Waverly Place.
Are you for real?
I know my mom was like very against. She's more chill about it now, but definitely growing up, she was not down with the witches.
I mean, that's.
But she loves Stevie
understandable.
Nicks, so. But she also claims
she's
not a
into
witch.
some spooky stuff.
I was about to say, but she is a
Man.
witch. Well, she claims she's not, but wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Rip Christine McVie.
I
That's what we
know.
talked about whenever we did the DJP show way back in the day with me, you, and Emma. We talked about Christine McVie.
Yes, we did.
Oh
my
my
gosh,
gosh.
Rip! Look, full
Rest
circle.
in peace.
I know.
Songbird moment. This
Oh,
is
I
when
know.
this is when I would drop in just like the piano part of Songbird.
Oh, it's
Because
beautiful.
I love it. I'm trying to think of the other. Songbird's the first Fleetwood Mac song I think of when I think of Christine McVie.
Oh yeah.
I know there's plenty of other
And
ones.
Everywhere.
Like
I love
Over My
Everywhere.
Head. Oh my God, yes.
But I would
That
say
album.
Songbird is just very like Christine. It's like beautiful and I don't know, really show because I mean there's Stevie, so it's just so hard to be Christine in that. But she really was just like such a huge part and so beautiful and talented. And it's
So
just
incredible. Rest in peace.
sad. I know.
Now, I guess we'll have to shift gear. Oh, actually, I'm going to keep talking about Fleetwood Mac. Do you know who Black Jacket Symphony is?
Mm-mm.
It's like a cover band that does old classic rock or like classic 70s bands. They do like cover shows. My mom texted me a few weeks ago, I'm at a Fleetwood Mac concert. I was like, what? At the Sanger Theater, which is like a small venue. I was like, ain't no way. And then she sends me pictures and it's them. And I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay, don't bamboozle me
Thanks,
like this.
Mom. No, I'm kidding. I love my mom. But when
But
she
come
said
on.
she was at a Fleetwood Mac concert, I was like, there's no way.
No, there's
Stevie
no
Nicks
way.
is at Bonnaroo. Not this year, but she has been.
Yes.
I would totally see Stevie Nicks.
Oh, same. Well, I'm going actually because her and Billy Joel are coming in May. They're gonna be at Nissan Stadium, which I'm
sorry.
really curious about, like that kind of combo, Stevie Nicks and Billy Joel. But it'll still
The
be good.
piano man. I saw something that was really funny. It says For the song called Piano Man, the guy with the harmonica won't shut the This is true.
Wait, that's so funny.
It's so true.
Yeah, it's like, geez, like tone it down a little bit.
I think what I'm excited for, if I go to Bonnaroo, which I want to go, I'm excited for all the EDM and house music. That's been my jam for the past, I'd say since June. I've been, not every day, but a lot of especially when I'm working out. Yesterday was the first time I've worked out and not listened to that kind of music, and since I started working out like a half a year ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's been super consistent, but I'm excited.
Don't want to mislead everyone.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you mean when I work out?
Yeah.
Not legs. No, I'm kidding. I actually worked on my legs for the first time yesterday in like a month or so, and I'm paying the price for it. Big time. I didn't even work on my legs that hard, but I'm paying the price for it. And all I do is like walk around at work all day. So like I get good exercise, I guess you could say. But yesterday I'm like, you know what? It's just not super bright outside. It's kind of dead around here. I'm just going to do what I need to do and just kind of avoid taking laps. So I make sure I do my job.
Right.
But some days if I'm giving tours, I get the backwards walking in. I'm determined to learn how to walk downstairs backwards.
Ooh, that's the real peak of your career there.
Yeah, peak of the career at the opera.
Oh yeah, the opera.
But Odez is the one that's staring me in the face right now.
Oh yeah.
The Bonnaroo lineup.
Pull it up too.
I want to see My Morning Jacket. Tyler Childers is going too.
Yes, I would love to go. I want to go to his
excited.
concert actually because there's none around here. But I kind of want to make a trip. I've never been to Boston before, and he's going to Boston. I think that'd be fun.
Might have to.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
Louis the Child. Have you seen them before at anything?
Almost did in Auburn once, but I think we ended up not going.
They frat
A
party.
drunk friend. Yeah, it was at SIGEP when SIGEP was a thing.
Rip.
Rip. Shout out SIGEP.
Shout them out.
Shout
Kendrick
'em out.
Lamar and Baby Keem are both playing
Yes,
the same
I
day.
saw that. I was like, oh, shit, Foo Fighters.
Yes.
That's a big reason to go.
I saw them when I was like 15, actually.
Really? I've never seen them.
It's an interesting story,
you say?
and I guess I'll slide past that story for this one because it's like one of my first episodes, and I don't want to talk about me getting into some tomfoolery this early on. I know that I
supposed to ease in the
will.
crowd.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to ease into it because I know my initial audience starting out is gonna be like my older family members, and I guess probably people that I'm friends with on Facebook. And I've been friending a lot of coworkers lately on Facebook, which has been great. I love having them on there, but it's like if I start putting this show onto Facebook like I did when I first got started, I'm gonna have an interesting audience to start off with. So I'm gonna have to kind of tone it down a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with the job that I hold. I'm definitely not going to say anything that'll just get me fired. Just incriminate myself in the first
I was about to say, let's
episode.
keep talking about like
Nothing
how you
like
don't walk
that.
around and do your laps and do your job at all. Let's get into that.
Yeah, no, sorry, bosses. I haven't done my job. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, bosses.
I might have to edit that out. Portugal the Man. I saw them for the first time. I saw them last year. That was a great night that I went to go see them. I went to see them and those people that made that song on Outer Banks.
Oh, yeah.
Alt J, Alt Mid. They were terrible. They were not great.
I personally hate Alt J, and I am not afraid to say it.
I don't blame you.
Wait, Alt J. No, I don't hate Alt J. I'm thinking of what's that other band that reminds me of them? What's the band that's like ready 3, 2, 1? That band.
I have no idea. I feel like you're thinking
no, they're
of
like big. The
Arctic
big,
Monkeys
big
or
bang.
something like
no,
that.
they're like that. They're annoying. They're like
the 1975.
Do not. I mean, trust me, I do hate Maddie Healy, even though I don't. But no, they're like the big bang. Okay, you might have to cut all this out because I really need you to figure out who I'm talking about. They're like, are you ready? That song, remember?
Are you ready, kids?
They're like, yes,
Captain?
not like SpongeBob, but it not samples it, but it like uses that from back in the day. And they've made a song recently that was really big. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out.
I have no idea what the song is.
No, there's.
So either way, we're gonna see the Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'll
no,
move on.
you're good.
Once I've realized.
We'll find it at the end. We'll have to edit it in.
Yeah.
Jacob Collier. Who is that? I have no idea who he is, but everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's the best musician in like this generation. He can play everything."
That's also what I hear, and I think I don't really listen to him, so I don't I'm not honestly gonna speak on it, but I do hear a lot of people just being like, "Oh my God, he's incredible."
He's great.
I guess we need to get on the bandwagon.
I probably need to hop on that bandwagon. Hippocampus, that'll be my third time if I see him.
Yeah.
Girl in Red, I haven't seen them, but a friend of mine that's already going's gonna go see them. Peach Pit, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Men I Trust.
I like Men I Trust.
Men I Trust. I don't really know who Drew Holcomb is. I know my brother likes their music.
Yeah, I don't know.
His music, I should say. Sheryl Crow.
Cheryl, baby. Remy Wolf, who I love.
Oh, yeah. Y'all want to see her at Brooklyn Bowl.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Colony House, which we played Colony House on me and Natalie's show.
Mm-hmm. The Revivalists. They're great.
It's looking pretty good. Zed's Dead. I remember Zed's Dead. There's one song I have saved from them on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And... Except it might not be SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud song from Zed's Dead saved from a longboarding video that I watched on YouTube when I was like 14. I was like, this is sick. Because when I'm 14, my music taste was just completely different as to what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was like, I first got into music with like Coldplay, which is so weird. I think we've talked about the Milo Xyloto album, and I took a dive into before I had like Spotify and all that, I took a dive into like YouTube and listening to like dubstep music. Not like, do you know what Monster Cat music is?
Yes.
I was big into that. I had like a poster. I had like a bandana. I had the merch.
Oh wow!
I was
Mega
big
fan.
into. I was.
You're like
kind of cringe, but yeah, no.
It's good to admit. I never really got into EDM much, honestly.
Yeah, I just like it for working out and like energy and.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about the but
how's music? Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
Daft Punk is one of my favorites.
I was about to say I love Daft Punk though, and but they're not. I don't really even consider them like EDM. I guess
they're
I guess kind of. It's like electronic
pop house EDM.
Yeah,
they're a good time.
Yeah,
they were. I should say.
Yeah, rip.
Rest
not that
in
they're
peace.
dead, but
oh, we'll have to. I guess. Well, we'll have to do it another time. This is going to be another time that we do it when we talk about music festival stories. Because I've got tons of those.
Yes.
So many good ones. Like with the hangout festivals that I went to. Like I said, I don't want to just throw my own self under the bus. But I've got a great story about that Foo Fighters concert and a pair of sandals that weren't mine.
Like just as a teaser for a later episode.
Just a little
Tune in for the sandals.
Leave it a cliffhanger. Oh, okay. Here's one that I was thinking of. Worst vehicles to get stuck behind.
Ooh.
I'll throw 3 of them out there, and
Okay.
you'll either agree or you can come up with some.
Got it.
But I got stuck behind one of these 3 today, and I guess in no particular order. School buses.
Don't get me started.
The worst. Actually, I'm gonna do 4. Trash trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They smell horrible.
Horrible.
Mail trucks or mail. I don't know if you call it a mail truck. They got little vans now. They got air conditioning mail vehicles now.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Shout out USPS.
Yes.
Thank you, USPS.
But
Stamps.com, everybody.
I do hate them, though.
No, I hate getting stuck behind
No, I
them.
can't. I'll zoom right around them usually.
And the one I got stuck behind today was a street cleaner.
Not
even cleaning.
Yeah. They just whipping it away.
Just taking its time, going across the Percy Priest Reservoir, which I don't mind going slow across that, but I decided I'm going to take the scenic route to get my Chick-fil-A today. And what's usually a 15-minute drive took me like probably 25 minutes. Not a huge deal, but I was
that's
like,
a big deal to me. I would be so pissed. 10 minutes more. I also speed really. Like I'm a big speeder, so it would really piss me off if it added 10 minutes.
I was unpleased, to say the least.
I know. At first, I thought you were gonna say like just types of cars. Like
no.
I was like,
I hate
like
Nissan
Mini
Sentras.
Coopers.
No, not actually the Nissan Sentra. No, if you are in front of like a lifted Dodge Ram and those brights are basically just the second coming of the
just
sun,
riding your ass,
yeah.
Even though you're going 90 in the left lane,
it's ridiculous.
Like shut up, okay? Like where are you going?
Yeah, that's been one of
Who
my
wants
favorite.
to see you that bad? No one. I can't imagine one person.
That
You sound like an asshole.
That's what's so great about doing the drive time thing is I'll just be recording and then I'm like, oh, look at this jackwagon who's just pulling up on me I'm like going 88.
Right, like
or
it's not like I'm
something.
going slow.
And then I'm in like the right lane and they're just flying up behind me and just, I don't know, it's stuff like that. It's always like the giant vehicles
I'm about
too.
to say they have tacky bumper stickers.
That and Nissan Altimas.
Yeah, true.
Like the stereotypes about the people with Nissan Altimas, I say that like I'm not going to eventually drive one at some point.
Yeah,
I know
always
because of my luck,
I
will. No, that car. Oh yeah,
I was there
she's
with the one-
fine out there.
She's good all.
Oh my gosh. Did you see my story that next day?
Yes.
Whoever's praying on my downfall, it's working. Like, it
Didn't
was.
you even take it in recently too?
I
thought
yes,
so. I thought I
did.
saw
Yeah.
it. I was like,
did.
oh, it's having trouble again.
So the first issue was that I got the car from Carvana, and it was a very smooth deal. But I guess they gave me like some weak ass battery that had been sitting in the car for a while or sitting somewhere, and it made it all the way from Mobile to Auburn to like Lake Martin to Birmingham for a night, all the way up here. And then I went out to meet y'all, and then it's like, I'm done.
It said, I won't even click.
Yeah.
It does nothing. Literal silence.
We went to the tailgate, or not the tailgate. We went to Tailgate Brewery, and I was like, so we're going to the next place. Let's take my car.
He's like, I got you guys.
I got y'all. This is gonna be
Sweet
tight.
ride to
Walk
my
out.
new
I
car.
had like a pep in my step too.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
we were
taking the
psyched.
new wagon out. We were psyched to go out, and then I tried to start the car, and I was like, you're joking.
It's okay. We just weren't supposed to go out that night.
Yeah.
That's what I equate it to. You know?
We were not set up to succeed that
No,
night.
no. And that's
But
okay.
I got a new battery put in like the next day, and they gave me the money back for it. I filed a claim. I was like, this is some baloney.
Yeah.
And we got the money back. So that was
Hey,
fine.
good.
So I will give kudos to Nirvana.
I was about to say, I was like, is he gonna say Nirvana?
Yeah.
Speaking of Foo Fighters.
Got it figured out. But what happened over Christmas, I guess not Christmas, this was like New Year's Eve. I went to a friend of mine's place on the river, and I like parked on the side of the road, and I figured it was fine. Car was fine the whole weekend. And then I got in to take it to my friend's house, and suddenly the tire was just like flat.
Ooh.
And I'm talking so flat that I couldn't even register anything on the little monitor thing.
Oh,
Not
no.
monitor, but I have a little gauge
Is there a nail
thingy.
in it or something?
Nothing at all. It was just the one tire lost all of its air. So I
Mm.
took it to the Pep Boys in the morning on I took it to
Stanky.
Pep Boys in the morning, and they're like, there is nothing wrong with this thing. So they didn't charge me any money, and they put all the air in my tire, and I got my happy ass on the road.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was a pleasant drive. I'm not going to lie. It was a pleasant drive. It was a 7-hour drive I made on New Year's Day.
What? Where were you?
That was back home.
Oh.
So it's like 400 miles, something like that. And
Jeez.
I think I stopped like 3 or 4 times. I stopped in just south of Montgomery. There's
Mhm.
a Love's that I like to stop at.
Ooh, yeah.
Got to stop at the Love's. Then I stopped in Birmingham, say what's up to some friends of mine. One of my friends' mom, I won't name drop anyone, but she sent me on the road with some ham left over from Christmas.
No. Christmas ham.
It
Come
was
on, honey
fire.
baked.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, it was so good. It was my lunch the next day at work. Yeah, that's why I had to drive the whole thing in one day. Is because I had
Oh, you
work
should
on the
work.
second.
Womp
So,
womp.
but either way, that ham was fire. It was so good. I'm still thinking about that ham. So I didn't
Clearly.
get any during actual Christmas. Because my parents came up here for Christmas this year,
Right.
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
a treat. That was an absolute treat.
Did you guys do any Christmas things? Like, did you go to
We did
Opryland?
ice.
Or ice? Nice. Did you go to the big
Ice.
jackets?
Yeah.
I love the big
I've got
jackets.
this great picture of my mom. Oh my gosh.
Aw.
I've got to show you this
Yeah,
picture.
show me. Your
'Cause,
parents are so cute, by the way.
I love my
Like your
parents.
dad, he's adorable.
He's a character, man.
Like
I'll
little
tell you
little
what.
bald and like the glasses.
Oh, that's gonna be me one day. Once this metabolism slows down, I'm gonna turn into that. I'm saying that like he's not gonna listen to this at some point. Hold on,
Yeah.
I
don't-
gotta find the
don't
picture of.
Trash him on this.
There she is.
Oh my god, she looks so cute.
She looks like a little kid.
She does. Her little jacket button up.
Mama
The
Susan.
ice is a good time.
Ice was great.
I
Like,
haven't been since high school when I went with my high school ex-boyfriend and his mother. That was super fun.
f- 'em. Not actually.
He actually
Not
just followed me on
actually.
Instagram yesterday, so shout out him. No, he's the worst. He's a bad guy. I won't name drop, but he's a bad guy.
He is the bad guy.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. But I did
But
get to go to
ice
ice,
was
so
sick.
I can't complain.
We went to like this nice restaurant downtown. With it's like a Ruth's Chris type of place. They had fancy chandeliers and all that.
Ooh.
It was what's up.
Fancy steak chain. What up?
I'm big. Not it wasn't a Ruth's Chris. But I'm big. I didn't realize I'm actually like kind of big into chandeliers. I don't know why. But chandeliers are awesome.
Recently discovered. Big chandelier guy.
Recent info. The first chandelier I saw when I came here was that one at the pool club building in Midtown. That night that my car died.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember they had like
At the Virgin Hotel?
dissected Yes,
Mhm.
they had the dissected guitar chandelier in the
Oh,
lobby.
right.
And I was like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is tight.
Yeah, it is tight.
So that was the first. And we have a guitar chandelier at the Opry House too. It's like this big old Gibson guitar chandelier. We literally that's like the first thing we point out in a tour is the chandelier, and it's so sick.
That is
It's
sick.
got like special lights and all that. It's worth a lot of money. More
I
money
bet.
than I make in a year times like 3 or 4. It's not for
Wow.
real, but it's
Yeah.
it's a nice chandelier. And at the Opryland Resort, like they got some cool chandeliers
They do.
there. I don't know. Chandeliers are just cool. I
You're
guess.
like, it's my new thing.
I don't even know. I could never really. I could probably afford a chandelier at some point, like a
Well,
cool
yeah.
one.
We would
But,
hope.
yeah.
Not your quarter life.
I'm talking
crisis,
like
but-
not on the quarter life crisis budget, on the DJP on the road budget, on
Yeah.
the. I don't know if we're gonna stick with the QLC. I think it works. I think that's marketable,
Yeah, for sure.
but I don't know. I originally wanted to call it the Work in Progress. I thought that was great.
I like that too.
but that name is taken by someone. It's not Megan Trainor. I don't know who it is,
Oh.
but someone already has a podcast with that name.
Someone adjacent
Yeah,
to a
but
Megan Trainor. Megan
Yeah.
Trainor adjacent.
I guess. I love saying that.
Me too.
I remember there was a friend of mine who actually put me on to like the Bonnaroo line, or one of the people I know that's supposed to go was saying there
Hold
was
on.
some.
Okay, you know the group that goes, go out with a bang, 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 bang. That group. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is this the band?
This is
we
the
were throwing
band.
under the bus?
Okay, I need someone to tell me what it is. It's like bow, bow, bow. Oh, here we go. You know
I
that
have
group. I'm
no
talking about?
idea what you're
Okay,
talking
fine.
about.
All right, you can cut this out again, but I have to figure out who it is. Anyway, keep going.
I completely forgot that. It threw me for a loop. I think I was talking about a friend of mine that put me on to. They said that
Said it
the
Megan
lead
Trainor
singer of their music, it like came out as like a furry like a year or so ago. It wasn't Girl in Red, I don't think. It was the Girl in Red adjacent. And then her thing was like, I've been bumping furry adjacent music for years now. I was like, oh my gosh. Just saying something adjacent is funny.
It's funny because it could mean literally anything, and that's why I like it. Like, it's
Yeah.
just super broad.
Or like adjacent is like next door kind of. It's like similar to parallel.
Yeah.
What is the one where it's like a 90-degree angle type of? I don't think that's adjacent. Is that an adjacent angle?
No.
I did all right
angle.
in geometry, but it's been a long time.
Yeah,
a
but
right
it's-
angle.
I think that this will expose me on how little I know if we actually go in.
I think it starts with a P. Perpendicular.
That's when it
Perpendicular.
crosses.
Okay. Well.
There's parallel and perpendicular. I know that,
Okay.
but there's like obtuse.
Obtuse.
I think.
How could you be
adjacent-
so obtuse?
How could you be so obtuse?
What do you mean by that? God, that's a great line.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to the Regal movie theaters in town?
So that's what I have. That's why I've been like seeing new movies because I got the little
You got that Regal card?
Yeah, I got the real card because it's like $26 a month, which is like the amount of a movie ticket.
Yeah.
And like now working in like, entertainment and stuff, I'm like, I should just like see movies every so often. So I saw Babylon, The Whale,
Was the whale
which
good?
I also didn't like.
No.
Only because I love Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Like
Who
I do.
doesn't
I'm
love
about to say
Brendan
it's hard to
Fraser?
not. But I just thought that okay, it's an A24 film. Okay, so that's already a thing. And
Yeah.
then
There's already a
you just
stigmatism.
never know. Right. There's already that. I'm not a huge fan of movies that don't have like a ton of redemption, like at least a little bit, especially when like a movie is so depressing. Like
Yeah.
the movie is real depressing and there's not a ton of, and like just watching someone harm themselves is hard. And he's like eating himself to death. And it's like just really hard to watch. And like a lot of people online, like the incels online that are like, oh, if you like can't watch it, you're fat phobic. And it's like, okay, that's not,
Shut your ass
yeah,
up.
because it's people like it's harming. Like he's literally self-harming, and it's
Yeah.
like really hard to watch, and it's just like very depressing. And like after reading more about it, because it's originally like a play.
Okay.
So like I like learning about that, and I feel like maybe I'd like the play, but I don't know. It just is like very depressing, and like that he's gonna die, and the whole time like it's at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, he dies in the beginning of the movie?
No. Like it's they set up a timeline of like he's dying. Like the movie takes place from Monday to Friday, and like 1 week. And so on Monday, she's like the nurse that comes in and stuff. She's like, yeah, he has till Friday. So automatically like he's gonna like. There's just like a lot of sadness about it and stuff, and like there's like a lot of religious motifs that weren't like fully fleshed out that I think could have been better done. Anyway, and then I saw the Whitney Houston movie.
Was it
I
good?
Want to Dance. That was also pretty good. Also too long.
Who played Whitney Houston?
Let me look at her up because I don't want to mess it up. She's beautiful and she does a great job. But like I like in Bohemian Rhapsody, it's the same writer.
That's a great
which
movie.
is a great movie.
That's an awesome
And I don't
movie.
think that it lives up to that, I would say. But
I remember listening to Whitney Houston at one of my first jobs one of my first jobs in high school at the golf course. They played like 80s music. I don't know what it was, like an 80s Sirius XM station that would always shuffle. I have a whole playlist in my Spotify dedicated to it called Rock Creek Radio, and it's got some Whitney Houston in there. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I mean, she is great. And, like, seeing just how many, I like forget how many hits she had. You know,
yeah,
like she's incredible. Her name is Naomi Aki.
That's an unfamiliar name to me.
Right, I'm about to say I don't.
Probably about to blow up though.
Yeah, she was great in it.
There are some actors that are
beautiful.
They get like one role and immediately start blowing up. Like,
Yeah.
do you know who Jonathan Majors is?
I've heard the name. What was he in?
First thing I saw him in was that Loki show on Marvel.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was really good.
He's starting to like blow up and be in a lot of different things. I can't remember what the other one is that he was supposed to be in, but there's a movie I saw in the Babylon like trailers, like before the movie started, that he was going to be in. I want to see the new Ant-Man.
Oh, me too.
I love Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd. I want to see Amsterdam. You know Quentin Tarantino has like an 8-episode miniseries he wants to make or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
There's a lot of shows I want to watch. I just finished The Sopranos.
Okay, that's been on my list for like ever to watch, and I just haven't yet, but I'm going to.
Buckle up. It's good. It takes a while. It took me a couple months to finish it.
It's what, like 7 or 8 seasons, right?
It's like so it's 5 seasons, and then there's season 6A and season 6B. So it's kind of like 7 seasons, I guess you could say. I don't know why they did
HBO Max
is
such a lover of that, like doing like 6A, 6B, because I'm watching Sex and the City right now actually, and I'm on 6A, and I was like, why do they have a 6A and 6B?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones did like 7 and 8, but I think the eighth season was like 6 or like 4. No, it might have been 6.
Was that the
Game of Thrones was like
the
the
one that everyone hates?
ending.
Like the 8th season? Is it the 8th season? Yeah.
Yeah. Season 6 and 7 were great. Season 8, garbage. Okay,
So
it wasn't
I haven't seen that
terrible.
either.
It was well done. The ending was not well done.
Right.
But
That's
the
what everyone
production
gripes with.
quality of it, big nods.
Big nods.
Big nods to that.
Compliments to the chef.
Compliments to the chef. I watched a movie last night. I'm terrible at watching new movies. I was thinking, I'll watch Airplane, something like that. I didn't watch Airplane. I'm going to watch Airplane at some point.
I've also never seen Airplane.
I think that movie's from like 79 or something.
Yeah.
That, and there's another one called In the Heat of the Night that I want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was filmed in, not Mississippi. I think parts of it was filmed here. There was some Sandra Bullock movie someone I work with was talking about that was filmed in Nashville. 80s or 90s Sandra Bullock. I don't know.
There's
only Sandra
Crash,
Bullock
is that
movie
right?
I know off the top of my mind is like The Blind Side, which is great.
No, I know a lot of her like her rom-coms and stuff, like she
Yeah.
was in The Proposal and like While You Were Sleeping.
That might be it.
It might have been While You Were Sleeping.
Perhaps.
You think that was that one?
I'm not 100%
Crash. Is that the movie with Keanu Reeves? She has one with Keanu Reeves. It's like an action movie.
sure. Ooh.
Might be called Crash or something. I can't
I'll
remember.
have to ask around about that.
But one of them was filmed in Nashville?
Yes. But the movie I watched last night.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Back to that.
Back to me. Let me talk about my life.
Shut up. Let me talk.
I watched 3:10 to Yuma. Are you into Western movies?
I mean, I like them. I'm not like super into them, but
This one was
it's a good
really
one.
good. So Russell Crowe is the bad guy,
Ooh.
and Christian Bale is like the good guy.
The off-brand
Christian
Brad Pitt.
Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I think
That's
Christian
really so
Bale's a
funny.
better actor
I was
than
about to
Brad
say
Pitt.
he's not an off-brand.
Yeah,
Brad
no,
Pitt is,
he's
like,
his
funny.
own brand.
He's incredible.
He's
yeah.
like the best American accent English guy
Correct.
ever. Oh my God,
Sorry, it's just
I'm gonna have to
funny. You're
edit
like-
that out. I'll literally have to edit that out.
No, but it's a bit now.
Yeah, I guess it is a bit now.
Anyway,
Committed to the
committed
bit.
to the bit. So,
So he's like a poor rancher with only one leg that he
wait,
lost.
sorry, which
and-
one? Christian Bale is?
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, and Ben Wade is the name of the bad guy. It's Russell Crowe, and that man is smooth.
Yeah.
Like that's another guy that I was like, if I cut that guy off, he'd probably just just do that Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Gladiator?
I actually have never seen Gladiator. Fun fact.
The reason why I just did that face is because I think the director told Russell Crowe in like one scene, he's like, just do this. Like, you don't even have to say any words. And he's a great actor without having to say anything.
That is true.
Which is another great thing about that whole movie is that a lot of it's just they're not even saying anything. It's just kind of
All in the face.
yeah,
All in
that
the body language.
facial acting, like that's a big thing with comedy too.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
big into comedy this year, and a lot of it I've found is, well, I mean, you can't really see it with that, but like it's just
But
the
it's about,
facial
like,
thing
timing
right
and
there.
facial expressions, and like it just all of it matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comedy isn't just easy. It's not just flailing around.
For real.
Like slapstick. Hardy har.
I listened to 2 comedians today. Oh, I listen to it like every week, like religiously. Not actually religiously. It's just
it is my religion. Every Sunday morning.
it's actually the Monday morning podcast.
Oh, wait,
with
what
Bill
is it?
Burr. The
Oh,
Bill Burr
Bill Burr,
Monday
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about that. That's gonna be the common trope, I think, of every episode. Is I'm gonna find a way to sneak that I listen to that show into here.
It's like Seinfeld, the like Superman every episode.
Do they actually talk about
There's-
Superman?
Yeah, there's a reference to Superman in every episode.
didn't know
Either
that.
like it being like even a poster on the wall or something. Like it's not always like brought up, but yeah.
I did not know.
I love
that.
little Easter eggs like that.
So
that'll be yours.
There's the Easter egg. Me just saying how much I like Bill Burr, and I feel like if I met him, he probably would just hate me.
Yeah, I feel like he's not someone that's kind of like you, where you can not get pissed off or anything, but you have your pet peeves and stuff. I think that he's.
yeah.
I think he's a particular guy.
I
I would say
will
that you're a particular guy.
Always express myself. Definitely particular.
Yeah, you're a particular.
Without a doubt in my mind. That's something that pretty much everyone knows that knows who I am, is that I can be. Not all the time, not entirely.
Like you're chill, but I think you can be chill in particular. You know, like.
Chill like that.
Yeah. No. Goodbye.
No, I don't know.
You know, I don't always chill like that.
That there's a few people I know that are indeed chill like that,
Mm.
including well, I don't know, Brad Pitt. What am I talking about?
He is chill like that.
Offering Christian Bale, I should say.
Yeah, seriously.
Brad Pitt is the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Bale is also the shit. Hugh Jackman. That's a dude who I feel like if I cut off, he would definitely have something to say.
I would think so.
Not that I'm ever.
Like, yeah, I
gonna
think he's
cut
pretty
him
jolly,
off.
but I think that if you piss him off, like you really piss him off.
Yeah, I feel like Australian people have like
They definitely have an edge.
just lost the entire Australian audience that I don't already have. Last week, I know you were in
Crikey.
KKG.
Sorry, stay. What do we have to do?
You were-
Vegemite?
You were at KKG, right?
I was.
I was like not actually, but I was throwing KKG under the bus.
That's
Well-
fine. I don't even like consider myself ever in a sorority, if I'm being honest.
I know what you mean. Well, we were recording at Root's place, and his girlfriend was in one, and I was making fun of my old car, that CRV.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
saying like I drove a mom car, but I don't drive like the car that like the girls in like the rich girl sororities drive. Like I don't drive like the Audis or like the BMW Barbie car or
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Mercedes. Not to say anything bad about CRVs, because I know you push the CRV.
Oh yeah.
That thing is sick.
I love
that
a CRV, and I got mine for a really good deal. And I had my first car was a CRV. It was just an older. It was 2005.
Yeah.
Now we got upgraded 2014, baby.
What's that one called?
There's
It's
also
got
CRV. I
Well,
had two.
you have like a name for it, don't you?
Oh well, my original one was Mabel because she was like an old cow, kind
Yeah.
of like just super reliable. You know, you just love to death. Because that car, Mabel, is still running. My cousin has it now, and she's got 210 miles.
Oh,
and
Mabel.
she's still hooting it up.
She's still whipping.
No,
Still
this one
bumping.
I haven't like really. I at first named it Sue, but it just isn't really because it is a mom car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think of like mom names, and I feel like Sue is one or like Susan. But I don't know. She doesn't feel like a Sue anymore. So
I don't know.
she's rebranding.
I'm sticking with my cowboy western theme, despite never riding a horse in my life.
You haven't
No,
ever?
no. I
surprised.
I want to. I mean, I have
think it's
cowboy
fun.
boots, but they're like work boots that I got from my dad. So I'm not a.
I don't have cowboy boots.
I
either.
grew up on a cul-de-sac, man. I
Yeah,
might
I
be
was about
from
to say
Alabama.
I am the burbs. I am
but
burbs to the core.
full, yeah, to the gills, as
Mhm.
some might say. Some might say, well, I grew up like by the water, I guess. So like Crocs kind of makes sense, or like duck boots, definitely
Mhm.
duck boots. But I actually bought a pair of boots last week, not cowboy boots. I bought a pair of like all black Timberlands. I got them for my
What?
job.
That's sick.
They're kind of like menace shoes, low key. Like when I put them on, I'm like, whoa. Just like, ugh.
Like I'm about to get stomping around.
Well, they're waterproof, and I love my other Timberlands. Like
Mhm.
I think you've seen the other ones that I have. They're like some of my favorite shoes I've ever had. They're basically just like slip-on boots. Like I don't tie them ever.
Yeah.
But I call that car out there. I'm looking at it right now. I left the screen open just in case. I know that you're in that spot. I don't think.
In case we see a tow truck come.
Yeah, no, for real. That's
No,
literally I
seriously,
got my
it's
eye
smart.
on it
Once I see
outside.
those blinking lights, I'm running.
Oh yeah, we dipping out there. We don't mess with no tow trucks. This is the show that advocates against tow trucks, bankrupts all
Correct.
tow truck companies
Agreed.
until someone
'Cause
parks
what's
in
the
my
point?
spot.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
I have
What-
911 on speed dial. That is true. Like, I do hate the idea of a tow truck, but like, if I were to have someone in my spot, what am I supposed to do? You know?
Someone parked in spot at the op.
Oh no! Did you have to tow someone?
Don't park in spot. That's all I could say. I love.
Dude, did she yell?
She just got onto someone who was not in control of the situation. She just needed to blow off steam, which I understand.
Yeah.
Because I was super protective of my car spot in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I took it personally, even though it definitely wouldn't be personal when someone parked in, like, our spot in the senior lot. We didn't even have assigned spots.
Oh, y'all did?
It was an unspoken thing.
Oh.
So, like, I don't know. There's me being particular. There's another example.
Exactly.
High maintenance.
How many people did you graduate with?
285,
Okay,
I think.
yeah,
So
that's
not
pretty big.
small, not big.
It's pretty big
We
for like
had
you went to a private high school, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty big for private.
we had 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 parking lots.
Oh, wow.
And like senior lot was only for seniors, and it was the easiest one for me to take to go home because I would
Mm.
like take a right and it would go.
That
take
was
me
always
back
a
across
mad
the
dash
bay.
trying to get out of. I'm getting like sweaty thinking about trying to get out of my high school
Oh
parking
my
lot.
god. Oh yeah,
Because
that's
everyone's an idiot too that drives, you know, because we're all in high school. We're all like 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
talk about unnecessary anxiety. Trying to
yeah.
leave your high school parking lot
Yes,
right there.
yes.
Unnecessary anxiety. That could be a good common thing to
That
talk
is
about.
a good, yeah, unnecessary anxiety.
So I feel like the more you talk about it, the more relaxed and like the better you can handle stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Unnecessary anxiety. I might have to write
Let's
that
write it
down. Oh yeah, I didn't even say what the name of the car is.
Oh, right,
I
right,
call
sorry.
it the car with no name.
I like
So-
that.
Pay homage to Clint Eastwood, the man with no name.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if I don't know, it depends on if I'm playing my Ghost of Tsushima video game, I'll call it like the Red Dragon because that thing is just a beast.
It is
I love
a beast.
it. But that's kind of a cringe name, so I'll stick with the car with no name.
Yeah,
just
I
'cause
like the car with no name.
It fits perfectly, and I'm terrible at naming stuff, so I'm
Ooh,
glad I got a good
Another
name.
pet peeve of yours?
No, not a pet peeve. It's just I really thought I had something with the work in progress name, and I definitely did have
Mhm.
something, but someone had it first.
Right.
So the quarter life crisis, like I didn't even come up with that. Woodstock Hour, I think, was a solid name for the last show.
Yeah.
But when it comes to naming, like even an email subject line,
My God. The
Can't
bane of my
stand it.
existence. I'm like, how do I make it snappy?
yeah. How do I say everything I need to say super concise? Because
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not a concise person, which is why I'm doing things like this because it
Right.
gives me an opportunity to explain my mindset of it,
Mhm.
and then I go off on tangents and I'm like, wait, what was the name of my car again?
Exactly. But we always bring it back.
Yeah, we find a way to reel it back in. This is just gonna be a fishing podcast.
It's just silence.
I don't even
You just
like.
hear like, bloops.
It'd be awesome. I want to find a way to do it outside. If this thing could be powered by like 9-volt batteries, or if I know I could get a generator,
Mm-hmm.
because if I could take this thing with me to Bonnaroo and record, that would be sick.
That would be so sick.
I'm definitely going to bring the camera to Bonnaroo,
Mm-hmm.
the tiny mic, of course. I want to, like, for real, just run around and talk to people there. I think it would be so much
place
fun.
to do it. Because Bonnaroo especially, like, there's just like a nice vibe about everyone too. Like, it's just not, because you know everyone's just like camping, and I like the location of it, like being in Manchester. Like, it's very just like homey. It's nice.
It's
But-
right next to, Manchester. There's like multiple cave venues in southeast Tennessee, I've found out.
Oh.
There's like the Pelham Caverns, and there's like some other caverns. I want to go. I think it's something. I don't know. Do you know who the Disco Biscuits are?
No.
I
Who
went to
is
see
that?
that. It's like instrumental type of house music, like
Oh.
90s house music before like MacBooks came into play. Kinda.
Okay,
And
fun.
I went to see them in Asheville.
Mhm.
Oh my god, it was sick. We
That
went
is
to this
fun.
venue called Salvage Station, which is like a did you ever go to the not 280 Boogie, but what was that place? Standard Deluxe. Did you ever go to Standard Deluxe?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, it was this venue like that where you pay at the gate.
In Nashville?
No, this isn't. Standard Deluxe is just north of Auburn.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
hadn't gone.
That's a dope venue. It's smaller than Salvage Station was.
Mhm.
Asheville is where Salvage Station is. It's like right near the river. There's like food trucks inside, vendors, like a giant bar, like a barn type of bar area. And it's just a big old place with a stage like in the middle. And it was such a great vibe and venue. It was kind of cold. I bought a beanie, keep my noggin warm.
Not gonna
That
lie, I got
was
a little
blast.
chilly.
Oh yeah, but they've been doing their thing since like the 90s. I was like, I need to do this again because that
Mhm.
was a fire concert. And like I haven't gotten big into dancing at concerts until we went to Steely Dan.
Oh yeah.
That was a good time.
Good time.
Oh my god, that was one
We
of
were
the best
dancing. It was so
concerts
fun.
I've ever been to.
Yes, I know. And like that venue was great, and it was nice out 'cause it was in the summer. It was like I really like that venue, and
Yeah.
I just love. I mean, we love Steely Dan, so
Mm. And I'll dance at work sometimes too.
Look at you.
It's so much fun.
I love
I can't help it.
Oh yeah.
It's such a great
We need to go. I told our friend EJ about this. Motown Mondays. Okay, there's this thing called Motown Mondays. $5. Okay, it's $5, and it's just like dancing and going.
Where's this?
Like, it's at the 5 spot. I've never been. Have you been?
My roommate was telling me about that actually.
Okay, there's this thing called Motown Mondays, and we need to go. You would be the perfect person for us to go with as well, because I already told Emma that, or EJ, sorry. Ooh. Yeah. She goes by EJ. Everyone. I told her that we have to go this coming Monday. So if you're in town, let's go.
Let me put it on the calendar. This man, I just got another
DM.
No. I left her on open, so hopefully she hasn't sold my tickets. Yeah, I'm working that day, but I can go after I get off.
Yeah, because I think it starts at like 9 or 10. So.
Oh, that's even better then. That's perfect.
$5, Motown Mondays. Anyway.
Yeah. I need to find new spots to go around here.
No, I know. That's why. And I love to dance, and it's hard in Nashville to not we don't really have like club type things, and really the closest thing we have to fun dancing is like
rooftops,
Broadway. And it's like I don't want to do that, I just want to dance. And the closest I went recently was Brooklyn Bowl does a Gimme Gimme disco.
I've heard that was a good time.
The ABBA dance nights, super fun. Highly recommend.
I've heard that's a good time. I want to go to that just because disco music is a good time.
Right, because they played a lot of just 70s, 80s hits in general. It wasn't just all ABBA. Obviously, you can't just have a whole night of I'm not gonna dance to the sad ABBA ones.
Yeah, I found a really good song. I'll play it on the car. It's "Eyes Without a Face" by Billy Idol.
I
just found that song the other day.
I just found it recently too. Oh my god, it's so good.
I heard it in a meme from Arthur. When do they stop tuning their instruments and play the music? You know, with Buster.
Oh, yeah,
he goes, "That is the music," and then he's
transcending.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Yeah, that song is great. My parents
didn't really like Billy Idol growing up, so Billy Idol's been something that I've actually 80s in general is something that I kind of got more into as I've gotten older, because my parents were more 70s, 60s hippie music. Yeah. And so 80s has been a adult discovery for me. And Billy Idol is one of them.
Yeah, 80s, I'm kind of into 80s. It depends.
Yeah, I like a few Wham, obviously, and I liked the Smiths.
Another that's the third time I've heard a girl say she likes the Smiths today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My buddy,
it was just me 3 other times.
My buddy Thomas, he and one of the other guests on the one of the other hosts on the show, they were having a mom off or something where their moms both requested songs by the Smiths, and then they had a third guy on the show who I think it was their roommate, but they just said he's Tupac today. So they're Tupac's gonna decide which Smiths song is better, and then so that's 2 ladies that like the Smiths, and now 3, and apparently Zooey Deschanel likes the Smiths.
Well, she does, at least in
whatever that movie is that I've never seen. I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen it?
No. I've heard it's good.
I feel like you're like Tom, the main guy.
Of course. What are you listening to? The Smiths. I love the Smiths.
He falls in love.
Yeah. Misinformation right there.
And I'm not even I'm not a stan of Smiths and also Morrissey. Yikes. But
who is that?
The lead singer. He's very controversial. He's had a lot of bad. I can't even remember all the that he's done, but he's canceled. But that 80s is good. I don't know. There's some 80s I like.
It's great music to dance to, especially Whitney Houston.
Yeah, but true.
But lately I haven't had enough times to dance because they're doing all that construction, especially with the speakers as well, and it's kind of just jacked up our lobby music. We have a video that plays this Daly and Vincent song that I hear 100 times a day. It's a good song. I've danced to it one too many times at this point.
You're all right, and keep it going.
I'm waiting on the other music to come back because I discovered this Keith Whitley song that I'm oh my god, this is a great. Do you know Keith Whitley, Miami?
Don't close your eyes. Of course.
The one
song of all time.
Somebody's doing me right. That's been my jam lately. I don't know what it is about Keith Whitley, and I got coworkers that have been listening to this stuff forever, and they're this is your first time hearing it, and I'm yes. And one of the questions I love asking people in general is, what's a song you wish you could hear again for the first time? Because this changes for me all the time. The one I always go to is Purple Rain.
Oh yeah.
If I could hear that for the first time again. November Rain too. Or Us and Them, Pink Floyd.
Oh, Us and Them, dude. I would definitely, yes. That's a good question. A good thing.
It's just a good thing to think about. And the Dream Dinner Table. Dream Dinner Table always changes. Mine's changed a lot lately because one of the people that was at the table that no longer has a seat reserved as Mr. West.
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it.
Donald Glover's since taken his spot.
I know, it's so disappointing. Like every time I listen to Kanye now, I'm like, yep. Like it's hard to. Have you listened to Flashing Lights like now?
Mm-mm.
He references it like Nazis. He said,
"Oh,
I hate these blank more than a Nazi." I was like,
are you
my
sure
God,
about that?
I was like, wow, back in 2000, was that 7, 8 when Graduation came out?
I don't know, but he dropped Graduation, bro.
But but like even back then, I was like, oh my God, he was dropping hints. Like, I guess we just never caught on.
That dude's
But
legit
anyway,
bipolar,
it's sad.
though.
It's really sad. I know. I started watching Genius, his documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Now,
really
actually, because I was like, I just want to know, like, were we all just kind of sitting around? And I think we were, for sure. Like, there's some things. We know how Kanye is, but still, it's just, like, sad. It's really sad to see, mostly.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to end on a sad note.
I know, we don't have to yet.
But I am super excited. I haven't eaten at a Mexican place, I don't think, since I moved here.
Really?
I was going to go. There was one night I was going to go back in December, but I wasn't. It was the only time I've been sick since I moved up here. So it was like, of course, the one time. So fate has finally allowed me to go.
Oh, yeah, we're going. What's it called? Do you know what it's called?
I think it's like habaneros or something
Ooh.
like that. It's on
Spice.
Lebanon Pike.
Lebanon.
Yeah, because you can't call it Lebanon in Tennessee. They're like, that's not how you say it.
No, it's Lebanon.
It's Lebanon, damn it. Go straight through Mount Juliet. So I'm doing the Red Dead voice. I talk like that at work all the time.
Really?
Say, yep. Me and one of like my favorite coworkers. That's just how I greet them whenever I see them. Like, yep. All right. How we doing?
All right, boy.
How's it? All right, boy. Well, it comes from this video game we both play, and like the line we always go to is, either you got a lack of respect or a lazy eye, boy. Which one is it? It's
Game?
straight from the Red Dead 2. It's literally the cowboy thing. It's literally such a common trope. The common tropes are the cowboy, me being an entire city slicker cowboy living in Nashville. I fit in perfectly here.
You do, actually. That's exactly
Straight
the
up. Exactly. I am 100% full-blown transplant. The fact that I like Kanye West music but hate him as a person. And what was the other one I was talking about earlier? Was it the cowboy thing? The common trope?
Oh.
There was another one? I don't remember what it was.
I don't rember either. We've talked about
Ain't
so
no
much.
telling. Ain't no telling.
We'll have to play it back. Run it back.
Roll that shit back, Pete. I want to get back into recording music. Did I tell you what I did with all this stuff over Christmas?
No.
I went down to my river house back home, and I basically set up like the dining room. I turned the dining room into a studio and just had two of some of my like best guitarist friends, like two of the people that I know that are probably better than guitar than almost anyone else that I know, and I just let them go at it. And I just set up microphones. I let them start playing, and then I did the whole thing I was doing was setting this stuff up, set up the headphones, and I just mixed it, and I was like, just keep going. Just go crazy on it. Go crazy. Go stupid.
Go stupid and crazy.
And it was so cool, especially with the headphones on, listening to music, because you can almost see the shape that it picks up the music with, depending on how you, I don't know, it was a really refreshing thing for my memory. It helped me figure out more about why I bought this stuff, what I want to do with it, what I want to do in general.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to get into with like what I want to do with my life, of course. I don't want to just fully blow into that. Oh, we're already past an hour and 15 minutes into this. Can you believe that?
Wow, no, I can't.
Yeah.
It's good. You can cut out a lot, I think, about my tangent, about that one band that I can't think of.
Whatever that
I'm gonna
band
look
is.
it up
We'll
right after this,
find
we'll finally
out
know,
whatever
yeah.
it is. But I was thinking, well, I tell people I want to get into voice acting, which I do. And
I think you would be great
commercials
at it.
especially. And I was watching a commercial last night during who was playing last night? The Bucks and the Cowboys, I think. And there was, I don't know if it's Allstate, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah.
You
I was
saw this at
imagining,
Bugs?
I was imagining the Milwaukee Bucks.
And
And so I was like, isn't that basketball?
no, it's I think it was the Allstate guy, the Protect Yourself from Mayhem Like Me. If I could get that gig or a gig like that, Arby's We Have the Meats guy,
Oh, yeah.
like Flo from Progressive, if I could get just one of those, especially those insurance company jobs,
They're always looking.
they'd be paying big money.
They'd be paying big money.
So
Or
I
like
guess
the
I
cell
have to
phone ones, you know?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, I think, has his own cell phone company. There's,
really?
Of course, Lily from AT&T.
Yeah.
That's
Big
the
titty
big one in the news right there. I think Verizon. I know Samsung tried to do that too. Do you remember Samsung dropped like an AI?
Yeah, they did.
Canceled her
To
within
compete.
a day. Yeah, they dropped Sam from Samsung, and within a day, it was like, all right, we got to cut that out
Yeah,
because
like,
y'all
come on.
y'all don't know how to act.
No, yeah.
But that'd be so cool to get into something like that.
Yeah, I could see you doing it.
I don't think I'd want to be like a radio announcer on the Opry, which that would be cool, but it's not my niche.
Right.
I got a coworker that wants to do that. I might actually do an episode with him sometime because he has a radio background.
Oh,
and I
you
think
definitely
that'd be
should.
really. I think
Gotta
he'd
not
be
do
a
Trumps
great-
like me.
Huh?
I just not Trumps like me. I just like to talk.
Y-
I like to shoot the
You. That's what we're doing.
microphone or no.
This is the king and queen of casual right here.
Exactly, we
Big chillin'
lounging.
on the we are lounging. I love this chair. This has become like my spot.
Did you have that in Auburn too?
No, this is all my roommate's
Oh.
stuff. Like pretty much everything you see in here is his.
I like
You
it.
see the record that we have over there? I don't know if you can see it,
Ooh.
but we got that Taylor Swift Midnight's vinyl.
Okay.
I think he's got like the signed one, got like the green record. That thing is
Whoa.
gonna be worth some money.
Yeah, dang. Oh my god.
That's legit.
Of Midnight's?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's gonna be worth. Those Swifties will definitely want their hands on that. Wow.
Oh yeah. And we have like a whole record collection. None of these are mine. I don't own any records at all. But do you see the cassette deck collection we
Yeah, I
have
was
right
about to
here?
say. I've been staring at it like this whole time.
Oh
we've been
yeah,
talking.
he's got some awesome cassettes. We
He
have a
does, that's
cassette
really cool.
player over there. It's like an alarm clock and a cassette player.
Oh yeah, I see it.
The
That's
speakers
cool.
on the cassette player itself aren't great, so I have my JBL plugged into it right above it.
Nice.
And
That's smart.
it's got that crispy, warm, kind of old style sound, especially with old country albums.
Ooh, I was about to say that
Some
crackle. Ugh, I bet that's
Yes.
great.
Records have a good sound, but there's something about that tape, that worn out tape sound.
Mm-mm.
Something about that worn out tape. But I think we're gonna call that a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a good hour and almost 20 minutes.
Yes, it's
Thank
been
you
wonderful.
for joining me on.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know how I'm gonna release these order wise. This might be the first episode. Well, I'm gonna do the first one's gonna be like a monologue prologue thing.
Yeah. You gotta set it up.
The pilot episode. Where I'm
Exactly.
just walking around my room doing stand up, basically, just yelling, screaming.
And
into
what
the
about
void.
airline food?
And what about the airline food? Anyone here from out of town?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I stole that
Let's do
from
the
a
Seinfeld
buddy of mine. But yeah, I've just got to get a good bit of episodes, and then I'm going to edit it down
Great.
and release the first season
Incredible.
and go from there. And now that I have that, I'm going to take the DJP Instagram. I've changed the name. It's going to be where all the reels, pictures, things like that go, because that thing can shoot 4K video too. My dumbass deleted every photo on my camera the other day on accident. I luckily.
How do you even do that? Select all? What did you do? Like, how do you? There's so many steps. What do you mean accidentally did it all? Come on.
I already have a good bit of it saved on my phone. There's an app that goes straight to my phone, which is so clutch
That is
because
really
I can
clutch.
save like full size PNG files. So they're like massive files on my phone.
Wow.
And I've only got a 64 gig thing in there. So I saved the good stuff to my phone already that I like. So it's not a big loss losing the photos that I took because they weren't that great anyway. But I was just messing with the factory settings, and it was like one that said it was like format, and then there was like erase. And then I was like hitting like menu to go back. But I got a big old thumb on this tiny, it's a smallish
It
camera.
is. Yeah. It's small.
So I hit the wrong thing and I deleted all my pictures.
Oh.
But whatever. I'm not really mad.
Yeah, you got a
about it.
blank slate now.
Yeah, and I loved how this strap looks too.
Yeah, I do like that strap. It's
I think
cool.
it's a perfect. The green's like my favorite color.
Same.
So
It's also mine. Twins.
that's
like a nice like
good-
forest or like darker
Yeah,
green. I like.
I don't think I set up the strap on here right. I need to get like a macro lens.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a fisheye, a macro, and like a wide angle. Specifically macro, so I can take close-ups of like. This is like.
I was about to say this is just us talking now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
We can have an official outro. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me, JP. I
Thanks
had
for being
such a
on
good
the
time.
show. This has been a good time. And cut.